There were 4.4 million software engineers in the United States in 2025. Today, you are one of 200. You are 38. The keyboard in front of you is the most expensive piece of equipment in the building, and you are the only person here who knows how to use it. This is Meridian Legacy Systems, Suite 204, in a small city you chose because the rent is cheap. You work on code that was old when you were born, brittle, undocumented, decades-old financial infrastructure that the agents still can't reliably modify. The big banks figured out the rest of their stack 4 summers ago. The parking lot used to be full. You used to share a coffee machine with 30 people. You knew their kids' names. Most of them moved into roles where they managed the agents that do what they used to do. There are 2 other people awake doing this work right now, and one whose laptop is closed for the day. You take a sip. The coffee is bad, and you are used to it. You start. The bug arrived overnight, inside a ledger reconciliation that has been running for 31 years, 0.003 of a cent, on accounts whose owners have leap year birthdays. You don't ask the agent. Not yet. You want to find it the way you used to. You read the function. Then you read the function that calls the function. Then the one that calls that. And then, halfway down a file no one has touched since 2003, you see it. Someone hard-coded a 365 where everywhere else in the codebase uses a variable. You laugh. You write the fix. 4 lines. You test it against the leap year accounts. It passes. 12 of 12. The numbers settle to 0. There is a click in your chest when this happens. It is small and exact, and it has not changed since you were 16. You reach for the notebook. You started keeping it the year the writing was on the wall. Today's line goes under 31 years of someone else's mistakes. A message arrives from the partner of the firm. You read it twice. Monday morning. A small car pulls into the lot. There are now 4. Her name is Naomi. She is 23. She trained as an AI orchestration specialist. She has never written a line of production code with her own hands. She asks if she can sit next to you. You show her what you do. You explain the way you used to explain it to junior engineers before the juniors stopped arriving. You walk her through Friday's bug. You show her the function, then the function that calls it, then the file no one has touched since 2003. She nods at the right places. She asks why you didn't just ask an agent. You start to say something. You stop. You start again. You tell her the agents can do most of it. You tell her the agents would have found it in about 12 seconds. You tell her you wanted to find it yourself. You tell her that for the first 20 years of your career, that was the entire job. The bug was a riddle. The riddle was the work. She nods. The day ends. You walk her to her car. You stay an hour after she leaves. You open the agent panel. You haven't touched it in weeks. You ask it to do the bug you already did. It returns a diff in 9 seconds. It is cleaner than what you would have written. The variable names are exactly right. The error handling covers a case you would have missed. You look at it for a long time, and what you feel is not anger and not relief. You don't deploy it. You close the panel. You go home. You eat alone. You don't write anything tonight. You leave the notebook open to a blank page and the pen lying across it, the way you might leave a door unlocked for someone you are no longer expecting. Wednesday. Naomi brings you coffee. She sets it down beside the keyboard. She doesn't say anything about Tuesday. You drink it. She has been reading. She's been reading the old articles from the year it tipped. She asks what it was like then. You tell her 25% in 2024, 50 by the end of 2025, 75 by the spring of 2026. For a while, everyone in your field watched the percentage the way other people watched a hurricane on a radar map. You tell her that by 2028, the percentage had stopped being interesting. She shows you a benchmark she found. You remember when 14% was the news. You remember when the parking lot was full. You remember the year a friend from school posted, with no apparent irony, that learning to code was the safest bet a young person could make. You scroll to the chart you've kept pinned for a decade. down 27%, down 69 from the peak. The line never came back up. For a few years, you kept expecting it to. You stopped expecting it the year your nephew chose a different major, and nobody in the family argued with him. Naomi is doing the math. She tells you the orchestrators are training a subspecialty, a 6-week certificate, salary midpoint, $58,000. It is your job. Naomi is the prototype. You don't say anything for a moment. She asks the question. She asks, what did it feel like to solve it yourself? You don't answer right away. You tell her it felt like there was a click in your chest when the thing finally worked. You tell her you used to write it down. She asks if you still do. You say yes. She asks if she can see it. You say not yet. She tells you she has never wanted a job an AI couldn't do. She tells you it scares her. You realize she is also one of the last. She came up in the first generation that never had a chance to want what you wanted. She is grieving the question, not the answer. You had not seen that before, and now you can't unsee it. Thursday, it rains. Naomi is at her desk before you. She tried to write a small program without asking the agent. It does not work. You read it anyway. You see what she meant. You make 4 small edits with the pen. You hand it back. You don't say anything. She reads it. She looks at you differently than before. By Friday, she is gone. You sit in the office after she leaves. You think about her question for a long time. You realize you are not maintaining code. You are maintaining a memory. You are keeping a small fire lit in a room where most people have stopped feeling the cold. Some of them will come back to it. Most of them never will. Either way, while you are here, the fire is yours to keep. The following Monday, the email arrives. The Codex Archive, a non-profit, programmer in residence. They know about the notebook. You read it 3 times, 40% less, no production deployment, the craft as art. You have read enough about this kind of role to know what it is. It is the role given to the last weavers of a textile that nobody wears anymore. It is the role given to people whose hands hold a method that the world has decided to keep, but not to use. You call Mira. She tells you to take it. You didn't expect that. She tells you the firm can replace you. The agents have gotten that good. She also tells you they won't replace you yet, that she'd rather have you for 2 more years than have a clean transition next month. She tells you to choose without thinking about her. She tells you that 20 years ago she chose the firm over a quieter offer she still thinks about on long drives. She tells you not to do that. An hour later, the phone mites up. It is Yusuf in Atlanta. He is heard. The community is small. News travels. He tells you not to go. He tells you the archive wants you because you are a curiosity. He tells you Meridian needs you because the work is still real. He tells you if you leave, the floor goes to 2. You don't answer. You tell him you will think about it. He says goodnight. He doesn't say good luck. You go home. You put the laptop on the counter. You open the notebook to a blank page. You write the case for staying. You read it back. You mean every word of it. You turn the page. You write the case for going. You read it back. You mean every word of this one too. Both pages are true. You sit at the counter and you think about Naomi's question. You think about the line you wrote at the top of the notebook 7 years ago in a kitchen smaller than this one, on a night when you still thought the role might survive. Utility is grief for the future. Meaning is grief for the present. Both feel like grief. Only one is yours to keep. You have already drafted the letter that stays. You read it. You delete it. You open the notebook to a fresh page. You write the date. You write, yes. You open the laptop. You hit reply. You write 1 sentence. You send it. 6 weeks later, a small brick building in a quiet street. You walk in carrying the notebook in your hand. There are 3 other people. 2 are already at their desks. Nobody looks up for long. Nobody asks where you came from. The room understands without being told. You take the 3rd desk. It is the same keyboard, the same lamp. Your hands know what to do. They have known for almost 3 decades. They were the first part of you that understood the work, and they are the last part of you to forget it. You open a blank file. You sit with it for a long time. The cursor blinks. The woman across the room is laughing softly at something on her own screen. The man in his 40s is leaning back, eyes closed, the way you used to lean back when you knew the answer was about to arrive. A small idea arrives. It is not useful. It will not ship. It does not need to. You write a small program, 30 lines. It finds the smallest set of moves that turns one word into another. You run it, code to memory, in 6 moves. It is the kind of small, useless, beautiful thing you would have written at 17, in a room you no longer live in, on a machine that no longer exists. There is a click in your chest. You open the new notebook. You write the same line at the top of page 1. You put it down beside the old one. They both fit on the desk. The old one is 3/4 full and slightly warped at the spine. The new one is empty and stiff. Somewhere in between is the part of your life that is still being written. You look at the empty 4th desk. It is identical to yours. A monitor, a keyboard, a lamp, a paper notebook waiting on the corner. The room has been built to expect someone you have not met yet. A message arrives. Naomi, the trainee. She wants to build something. She wants to know what it feels like. You write back. 1 word. You sit with it. The room is quiet. Outside, a few leaves are starting to turn. The other 3 leave. You stay a little longer. The work continues. It just isn't where you thought it would be. The world found a faster way to do most of it, and a slower way to keep what was worth keeping. You are 38. There are 4 desks in the room, and 3 of them are filled. The keyboard in front of you is the most expensive piece of equipment in the building, and tomorrow, you teach someone how to use it.